May I give you a photo?
Oh, sure. Yes, sir.
About you, sir?
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
please.
Oh, are you Mr. Gentry?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And oh, here. Oh, yeah. I'll take care of them.
One's for him.
Yeah, I'll take care of them. So tell me, the boiler, is it a custom-built boiler?
Well, it's made per the print to be exactly the same physical size as the original boiler, but it is made to current specifications for safety reasons, and it's also a code boiler and has its S stamp on it.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, and where was this boiler constructed?
The actual boiler was designed by Lynn Modinger at the Strasburg Railroad.
Oh, okay.
And I bought the materials in 1992 at 1992 prices.
Wow.
And then the boiler was constructed in Chicago in 2006.
Wow. Oh my. Well, it's wonderful to see the representation of the Virginia Truckee all together at this one place.
Yes. Well, we did the best we could to make it as close to original, using old photographs and one of the original copies of the original prints, as well as the contract between the Virginia Truckee Railroad and the Union Iron Works in San Francisco.
Nice. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. Well, thank you so much for...
Well, thank you. Thank you for your interest.
things I did or didn't do, and I wish I would have done. When I went or didn't go, when I wish I would have gone. Things I said or didn't say, 'cause I could not find the words. Oh, I breathed it in and let it go and write another verse. Yeah, well, things I did or didn't do, I wish I would have done. When I went or didn't go, and I wish I would have gone. Things I said or didn't say, 'cause I could not find the words. Oh, I breathed it in and let it go. Yeah, I breathed it in and let it go.
Good job. Right here.
Hey, Grace. Hey, Beth. Good to see you.
Okay, let's go across here. We'll go around this way and see if there's some. Here?
I had an opportunity to hand fire one of the K-36s down in Coomberies and Toltec, and that pretty much sunk the hook in me in what I was going to do. And that, from that point forward, my friends were telling me that I need to get serious and get a real job. And so, for those of you that hear that, just remember that there's nothing stopping you from doing whatever you want to do. The only thing that will stop you is you. So remember that. Tremendous work that goes into these machines. I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted there. It's just so fascinating to see all this equipment here because I know what it takes to put operations together. So for those of you that have been involved in making this event what it is, my hat is off to you and thank you very much. This truly is an event of a lifetime. And I'm going to stand up here as an employee of this great Union Pacific Railroad and talk to you about the steam locomotives that we operate. So let that sink in for a minute. But here it is in the year 2022, and we're talking about a 4884 steam locomotive built in 1941 that was restored by myself and my crew. Tremendous effort, just like the work you all do on these locomotives. And all the locomotives, wherever you come from, you know what I'm talking about. It's just the nuts and bolts are a little bit bigger and the machinery is a little bit heavier, but the work is the same. Boiler work is boiler work. And doing the right boiler work, at the right time, all of that just takes determination. Look at that fabulous locomotive. Take a look at that. Isn't that amazing? So here it is, the year 2022. Well, as fate would have it, it was required that we needed to do some work on the A44. And the more we got into it, the more we needed to do. And so there went my 5-year timeline. And we got into the Big Boy project in the fall of 2017. And so we got 2017, 2018, in the spring of 2019, we have to get this together. And so when you look at the Big Boy in the shop, beautiful whistle. Oh, you can blow louder than that, come on. that's essentially how we were able to get that project completed. Just determined people, and the Union Pacific gets credit for allowing us the resources to do it and to standing behind us the entire way. So they get all the credit. We were the tools, we were the instruments of their will, and we got the locomotive done because they wanted it done. So it's an honor and a privilege and a lifetime honor of mine to have been involved in it. And the locomotive is 135 feet long, 300-pound steam pressure. And when we put the locomotive together, we bored the cylinders so they're at what we call the maximum turning, so they're at 24 inches. Just an inch under what the 844 is, so it's no exaggeration to say that the locomotive is two 844s. When we were starting on the 844 project, thank goodness, we took every spare minute and we're procuring all of the parts that we needed for the big boy. So we really had our hands full. And the closer that we got to the May 19th, or the May 9th date in Ogden, Utah, the more emphasis was placed on having the big boy there. I remember back when we first started talking about it, there was almost no mention of having any participation in the Golden Spike event. You know, and then gradually, little by little, more and more momentum was gained from that. And we developed some plans to involve the 844, and we talked about a variety of other things that we could do, but it was clear that the 44 team was going to be the focal point in that. And I had this calendar, I still have it, that had everything mapped out all on a Gantt chart when we could get it done. And then I was reporting the progress on that Gantt chart in terms of like a progress wheel. And I remember, I'll never forget this date, that I was back in Omaha and my progress wheel only had 55% completion. And there was no way that I could make that 55% look anything other than 55%. And so here it is, we've got January, February, March, April, May, we've got 4.5 months. And I remember a senior official telling me, Ed, I'm not sure I would have led with that slide. You're at 55%. Convince me that you will be done. And, you know, what can you do? I mean, maybe spreadsheets just aren't my thing. But I remember sitting there, and all the bosses' heads simultaneously turned at me. And I just said, I will get it done.
Climax running, but there's like a lot, right? I don't know. I think there's only like 13 of them.
And there's the one that runs, and the one at Roaring Camp might run for just 10 years.
Well, again, I'm not holding my breath.
Well, an outside group has acquired it. So it's going to be restored not by them, but by somebody else.
I was talking with the guy, and you guys tend to be accommodating for the most part. Generally, not perfect. Yeah. I was
right here. So I'll let you guys know, just one main rule, is please stay seated while the train's in motion.
We're going to take on water.
Yeah. It should be a smooth ride, but in case it's not, I don't want anybody falling over, having a bad time, anything like that. 2 whistles means we're going to get going. So let me know if you have any questions. And we're not going to quite get going yet, but we're going to pull up and get water. How many loops? We are going to ride for half an hour. I'm going to see. She was fun. Oh, yeah, she would. Her aim's good.
Alright, I won't nag you anymore.
We were holding our end up for the world. Yeah. Oh, wow. I was fast. I knew
I cheated on you, I'm sorry. Cheated on you.
But in price of me in front of the Reno in Tucson.
Wow.
Favorite photographs.
This is so cool. Yeah, this is so cool.
No, I'm sorry. I'll have to ask you to stay here. I'll let you get up to the pictures. I was thinking about it.
I started making a model of that years ago, and I started this plug big, so it was rough, but at some point, but now I have the 3D printer, so
Everybody have a good ride? Yeah. Great ride? Are we doing it?
Yeah.
There you go. I feel like I'm going in circles. I know, right? Awesome.
So I just want to clear something up, Christopher. Is your last name pronounced Hoage or
Hoage.
Hoage? Hoage.
My great-great-uncle was a private investigator in New Jersey in the 1920s and 30s. And on his letterhead, he actually hyphenated it Hoage. So you would say Hoage.
Hoage.
And he actually was hired by the governor of New Jersey to personally investigate the Lindbergh baby kidnapping because the governor did not trust H. Norman Schwarzkopf Sr., who was the head of state police at the time.
Oh man, Hoage. Okay.
And his letterhead specifically said Leon Hoage, solver of mysteries, which is the coolest letterhead I've ever heard of.
Wow, cool. So now, thank you for clearing that up. Because I wasn't exactly sure how
I've
to
heard like 12 different mispronunciations, so nothing offends me anymore. I think my favorite is still Hoage.
Although not everything went exactly according to plan, but it's just a thrill.
I mean, we're still riding in Coach 4 behind the Inyo. I mean, no matter how bad the plan gets, we're still doing that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as a Christmas gift, I got a steam train journal that ranged from 2020 to 2022.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and that was like 2019, and then of course, when COVID hit, I had nothing for 2020.
Yeah.
But then, first one was for like July of 2021 when it was like went to Roaring Camp for the first time.
What locomotive did you guys ride behind?
It was the Dixiana, and I rode it in, and as well as and then later we went to Knott's Berry Farm to the ghost town in Calico. Wrote that down as the 340.
Have you guys ever ridden on the Goose?
No, never.
Go on a weekday.
Okay, go on a weekday.
And they'll run the Goose instead of one of the steam engines because it's exactly the same reason why the Geese were built was it's cheaper.
Also, yeah, I've been writing down for COVID, for all the steam engines that were present here for all 4 days. Yeah. And I understand why other engines like the 27 was apparently too heavy.
The 27 I can understand. I'm wondering if the Empire is not here because they can't get her out of that display.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess so. And they tried to get the Tahoe, they retried, but
they did try?
Yeah, they tried to get the Tahoe from the Railroad Museum in Pennsylvania, but I guess it didn't work out.
The thing that really should be here, but it makes a lot of sense why she's not, is Emma Nevada.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's been even further disassembled the last 2 weeks. They've been working like crazy. They've taken the forward, taken the whole pilot off, taken the steam chest off. Everything on the front of the locomotive is off now.
Yeah, exactly.
So she doesn't even really look like an engine much anymore.
Yeah.
But that means that the work is progressing. So maybe someday she'll end up here.
Yeah,
there's nothing Nevada Central here.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to have something to represent that.
Yeah, even though it's in Ward Kimball's signature style, but I think that would be extra symbolic. I could tell we're in the middle of what is basically history being made right now.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Like I said, this is the first and probably only time that every single one of the backlot locomotives from all the major Hollywood studios are in one place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see, it's Paramount, Warner Brothers, Universal, MGM, RKO, and I think it was Paramount. Okay, Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox.
20th Century Fox.
Yeah, it's the number 8. It was. And only a few of those studios are actually
even exist anymore.
Or independently operated.
Yeah.
Is everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
It's like the best car in the world. Yeah. I'm super excited we stopped here to get some other cars out of the way so I can actually come in and enjoy it.
Oh.
I mean, I like riding out there too, but I love this car. So.
I want to take it home.
I think some people at the state might have a problem with that, starting with the 3 of us that volunteer.
Yeah, I'd have to take it up to Washington.
Inyo, proceed. You're clear.
Copy that.
Oh, wow.
I'll be right back. Yeah, if you're not having fun, I make you have fun by telling you really bad jokes. So because we're on a train, here's a good train joke for you. Why can't the locomotive sit down?
Why?
Because it's got a tender behind. They only go downhill from there. So I lied. I remembered another time this was used. Not that long ago, when we had our suffrage train. We were celebrating women's suffrage in Nevada, and we actually had an all-female crew, including the cab. And this was the car that was used for the suffrage train back in the 20s. So we brought it out for that.
We're going to be backing into the station shortly. I will ask that you remain seated until you hear one whistle from the Inyo when we're in the station, signifying that we are fully stopped, and then we can unload the car. Sound good?
All right.
It's gonna blast.